Jay here from Modern Mississauga, and we are with John Bettio, Service Manager at Whiteoak Ford Lincoln. And today we're going to go over what the actual difference is between winter tires and summer tires. Hi, John.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again.
Today we're going to explain the main benefits of having 4 winter tires on your vehicle during the winter months. We're going to do a comparison of what some people call an all-season, which there is no true all-season tire. There is a 3-season tire and a proper winter tire. As you can tell, I have never said the word snow tire. It's winter tire, and we're going to explain the benefits of having that on your vehicle during the winter months.
Excellent. Well, let's start on the passenger side of this lovely 2017 Lincoln Continental.
Perfect.
And I noticed that you specifically put down kept the summer tire on. So let's kind of just walk through what the tread pattern's like and what it's optimized for.
Perfect. We're going to talk about the right side of the vehicle having the summer tires on, and then move over to the left side of the vehicle.
Okay.
As you can see, we have very equal tread blocks, basically 4 tread blocks, optimizing both fuel economy, comfort, ride, and performance, getting as much rubber down as they can to the ground, keeping the vehicle glued to the ground, because that's the main job of the tire and the suspension system.
Is to keep you connected to the pavement or whatever.
This is the only thing that's keeping you connected.
Right.
You're doing 120, 130 kilometers an hour.
Your tires better be good.
Your tires better be good.
Right.
And you're moving a vehicle of 3,000 and 4,000 pounds. You want a good set of tires. And this is what they've come up with. On this one tire, we're dealing with a Michelin. On some of the other ones, we're dealing with high-end Goodyear tires as well.
Gotcha.
But you can see very smooth, very symmetrical, very easily, the tire touching the ground.
There's a lot of surface.
There's a lot of surface there, and it's pushing things as it goes through.
Okay, good. Now let's go over to the driver's side of the vehicle.
And you'll see a drastic difference. As you can see here, we've got a really complex tread pattern. We have both large middle sipes here, and we have tread blocks. These tread blocks actually open up.
Which is really cool. Like you mentioned that as we were prepping for this.
Yeah.
And even though I'm an automotive journalist and I know what I think is a fair amount, I had no idea that they actually opened up.
Correct.
Which is pretty phenomenal as far as an engineering technology.
The evolution of the winter tire is over the last 10 years has been amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. The soft tire compounds, how they've been able to address both snow, slush, and cold weather. Because sometimes we'll go a 2-week stretch of -10, -15. We're like, do we really need a winter tire? You absolutely do.
Because like you said,
that all season, and it's not an all season, it's a 3-season tire, that rubber becomes very hard, almost like driving on little ball bearings. And with that, it's not safe, it's not stable. You'll be going down the road and with no snow and nothing in your way, you'll feel a very rough ride, almost riding on hard wheels.
Really?
And that's how hard that rubber gets.
And that's why they should not be called all seasons, because there is no such thing
as an
all-season tire.
Correct. So one of the few of the other points I want to point out is if we can move over here and take a picture of the shoulder of the tire. Comparison to that all-season tire, we've got large sipes. This allows snow, slush, water to be pushed away from the contact.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about, contact from the tire to the road surface.
Right.
So the more we can push this away, the better off we are.
And the less chance of slipping and skidding and sliding.
Less chance of driving into somebody. Right. Less chance of going into a ditch.
Basically,
keeping you on the road, keeping you safe.
Right.
Right? These large sipes and tread blocks over here, again, it's a different pattern, allowing us to have a different tread block on the ground, giving us a little bit more traction when we really need it.
Very nice. Now let's go to the sidewall of the tire. So if we zoom in, where did it go? So if we zoom in here, John, you were saying that part of what identifies a winter tire is some of the markings on the on the wall. Correct.
So when you see this snowflake and that right here, when we have the mountain with the snowflake in it, we know we're dealing with a quality winter tire. Again, I did not use the word snow, winter tire. This tire will keep this vehicle safe on the road and properly attached to the ground when driven properly.
Excellent. Now I knew going into this, there were some questions I wanted to ask you about myths and misconceptions about winter tires. So you've addressed one big one,
Right.
how there is no such thing as an all-season tire. It should not be called a snow tire, but in fact it should be called a winter tire.
Correct.
I did not know that there is a 5% rebate or slash discount on winter tire.
January 1st, 2016, they passed a law that all insurance companies have to give you a 5% reduction in your insurance premiums if you can prove that you're riding with winter tires for the winter months, which is basically November, December, January, February, March.
Gotcha. Now, what about the people that say, well, you know, I can put 2 winter tires on, I'll put them in the front if it's front wheel drive, I'll put them in the rear if it's rear wheel drive.
We'll use the analogy of 2 kids on an ice rink. One with skates, one with running shoes.
Right.
They're both probably going to get up to speed quickly, but who's going to be able to turn?
The kid with the skates.
Right. Who's going to be able to stop? Kid with the
Skates.
skates.
And who's just gonna keep going and
Right.
going and going.
So if you want to be the kid with the skates that you can maneuver around if there's an accident in front of you,
Right.
or if there's a dip in the road, you want 4.
Right.
If you want to be the kid that's just sliding around, put the 2. And we do not recommend 2. It's either 4 or none.
Right. So John,
Right.
price. Everyone says, well,
Everybody wants to know.
a lot of people say, you know, I'm a great driver, or I've never had any collisions
Right.
over previous winters. I don't need snow tires, and you know, I don't really have the extra $1,000 or so laying around to put winter tires on.
Right. The best way I can explain it is average deductible for some people is anywhere from $500 to $1,000 when they have a mishap, an accident. Average cost for 4 tires is anywhere from $500 to $1,200.
Depending on, like you were saying,
Depending on the size, the
quality.
make, the model. You know, we're dealing with vehicles that have 14-inch tires. We're dealing with vehicles that have 21-inch tires.
Right.
So you can understand why the price difference would be there. But that alone, peace of mind being on the road, being able to avoid an accident,
And that's it too, right?
being able to be stable on the road is well worth that money spent. And they're not just a 1-year option.
Most tires are,
Most winter tires, you will get anywhere from 3 to 5 years out of them.
depending on how much you drive.
Depending on how much
There's
you
a lot
drive.
there's a lot of variables, but the one common denominator is these are specific winter tires. They're engineered.
They're
made.
engineered for the cold winter months, and that's what
Right.
we have to get our heads around. We've got to forget about the snow. We got to get our heads around the cold winter months and being safe on the road.
Now, that's the main part of the cost equation. You know, for people that live in condos or, like me, have practically no space. What's the solution
We ran
there?
into this about 10 years ago, and like most dealerships and tire installers out there, they have made accommodations to store your tires.
Nice.
So it's a no-brainer. You pick up the phone in October. I'd like to book in my car to get my winter tires installed. We prepare them. We make sure that they're properly inflated and balanced. You bring them in. We store your summers for the winter. People don't want to lug their tires at times. There's still some people that do, but the percentage is dropping.
Every
But,
year, I
but
imagine.
if we can do something for a customer, they don't have any more time. So if we can do something to help them, and if it's just a phone call,
There you
pull
go.
up my tires, store my summers, we've done something with.
Thank you very much for your time,
problem. Thank
John.
you.
And Whiteoak Ford is at Mavis and Central Parkway. We'll put the contact information at the bottom if you have any additional questions for John or his fantastic service team.
Happy to answer.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and get your winter tires on.